Hi, the moon and the sun were just together in Taurus. It's April 2025. And I thought, what an absolutely excellent time for us to look at the zodiac sign of Taurus in terms of learning about astrology and psychological astrology, looking deeper at Taurus for some of the meanings underneath. Okay, now I want just to go to the chart of the new moon that just happened. Just for those of you that like to see these squiggles, there's the sun at 8 degrees of Taurus, and the moon is now at 20, so they are now separated by 12 degrees. Okay, I'm going to just stop sharing that for a moment, and I'm going to go into Taurus mode. And what can I say about the earth sign? What I think we need to do is put some context to this. So we need to be looking at the elements. So we have four elements. Two are feminine, and so that's water and earth. And then two are masculine, and that's air and fire. Okay, now these are very, very, very different. So it's yin and yang. And we need also to look at the beginning. So that's for science, that's the Big Bang. For those in religious studies, that's the fall of man. But whatever it was that meant that our dimension, with its solid stuff, well, seemingly solid to us, our dimension with its measurable width and height and depth, the fact that we have structures. Now, all this is about weird excitations of energy coming together. The fact is that if we actually look at something material, let's just take my phone if you like, and we took a microscope and we went deeper and deeper and deeper into the molecules, atoms of the fabric of the phone, at no point would you ever come across anything solid because there is nothing solid. Now, you're going to turn off right now. This woman's mad. But in actual fact, do check it, Google it. What it is that when we get down to very quantum particles, they're mainly made up of space. And yes, they do have particles whizzing round and round, electrons, neutrons, protons, things like that, stuff you hear about in Star Trek. But when they go into the very tiny world, the microscope just goes straight through. There are no solid bits. The reason they feel solid is because, I suspect, it's all the force fields from all that whizzing energy. So it's energy or fire, the element of fire, which somehow attracted itself in minute quantum ways and made up lattices of the very first beginnings of earthy corporeal matter. And then the whole thing just got very big, and there was a big bang. And the next thing you know, we have our dimension, which is, as far as we're concerned, solid, but we're only feeling it with our fingers, which are they solid? Because exactly the same things happens if you put the microscope to our bodies. Okay, now let's just think about bodies, okay? When you think about it, they are truly, truly miraculous. I mean, when you think about such things as my physiotherapist told me this, thank you very much, Nev, his name is. He said, you see, when you think about doing something such as picking up your phone, you don't think about which muscles you're going to use. You concentrate on simply picking the phone up. You've learnt how to coordinate, and so the muscles have an involuntary action. There is an overriding need to pick the phone up, and that happens. But we don't think about which muscles in our fingers and arms, and we don't think about the impulse that goes from the brain and makes all this happen. I mean, when you think about babies and they're so a newborn baby, completely unable to direct any part of its body. And then we learn massive steps of learning into how to control it. Okay, well, at that point, the spirit and soul within, so spirit being fire, soul being water, that within us are at that point, oh, and then air, sorry, mental as well. So air, information, and structures that are follow a pattern. So with our air, we understand some of the mysterious patterns of life. Fibonacci. Anyway, I digress. So we get mind and we get fire and we get water all together in this body. And the body is the earth bit. So that earth bit has to be, we have to get used to it. We have to get familiar with it. Now, let's then take nature and the planet. It's amazing. This planet, all of the thousands of different species, the diversity, the the whole thing is just completely amazing. Now, I'm talking like this because Taurus is our first experience of the element of Earth. And it is in Taurus that we feel the wonder and the amazement and literally worship at the altar of the material. So it's about understanding that material and engaging in worship of that material with our senses, the sensual of the sensuality and the sensual. So it's about feeling, touching, tasting, smelling, seeing. It's about admiring with the skin. It's about tasting with the tongue. It's about smelling with the nose, the olfactory senses. And it's about exuberating and luxuriating, literally luxuriating in the amazing miracle of the whole thing. Now, Taurus being the first earth sign, yes, it's Taurus's absolute wonder. Everything that feels and tastes and smells is delicious. So Taurus is about loving sweet chocolate, dairy milk, food, fine wine. It is about really enjoying the taste sensation. And it's about fine lingerie, the touch of silk, soft leather, cashmere. It's about enjoying all of those things. And it's about something beautiful smells. And it's about, well, I go on, right? The taste and the touch and the smell and the feel. And it really is an act of homage. Now, Taurians know all about this. This is their world. And for a Taurian, because this is the first experience of Earth in terms of the whole wheel of zodiac signs, those born into Taurus, born in the early part of the zodiac, are very centered to themselves. Now, you can't actually say to a Taurian you're self-centered because it's not worth it, believe me. Well, what you can do is just know that with Taurus, and Taurus is in every single one of us, we all have all of the zodiac signs in our charts, but in different places and to a greater or lesser degree, they influence us. So with Taurus, wherever it is, and with Taurians, that is people with the sun in Taurus, it's all about the wonderful exhilaration of ownership. And now it's also about security, because with loss of these things, if we turn everything over and look at the other side, which is what we do in psychological astrology, loss of these things can create a sense of not knowing who we are, what we want, how we feel, not understanding what we basically like. We have to know what we want, have to admire and understand what we want and know it in order to satisfy ourselves. So we have to know a lot about ourselves. So Taurus is a sign that is centered to itself. So it's into self-discovery and it's into protecting that and security so that it doesn't lose definition, so it doesn't lose track of who and what and how it is. So in Taurus, we get this slow, plodding, wonderful, just plodding through life, just calm, patient, enjoying the sun, enjoying the meadow, the birds twittering, the stream tinkling. And it's just about, I honestly mean there's luxuriating in it. It's everything that is tactile, everything that is fecund, everything that is about producing more earth or earthly things or more material things is just so Taurus. So it's a fixed sign, and that means it can be stubborn. Oh, I've just approached it. Don't listen if you're a Taurus sun sign, you're going to argue with me and turn off. Taurus is stubborn. Can we put that into a nicer way? What does that mean? Well, what it means is that Taurus can stay patient and fixed to something. So it can fixedly, determinedly stay with a project, see it through to the end, keep it going, not be dissuaded, not be diverted, not be sort of attention flying somewhere else, but stay on task, stay on point, and make it and get there and achieve it. And that's a great thing. And you need to be stubborn to do that. So can we now see that stubborn is a nice thing? If we want to be stubborn, then sometimes it's the best thing for us to be. However, yes, there is a lesson for Taurus, in as much as Taurus should learn more about the emotional realm, because when you look at the opposite sign, which is Scorpio, in the case of Taurus, the opposite sign is Scorpio, that sign has something to teach us. Scorpio is all about intense emotional feelings. Taurus is all about intense physical feeling. Taurus feels with the fingers or whatever it is it's feeling with the skin. Scorpio feels with the emotions, with an intense emotion. So Taurians don't generally like to be emotional. They don't understand emotional stuff. They'd walk a million miles from emotional stuff if they could, particularly Taurian men. They just got like, just have no comprehension of emotional stuff. I call them the meat and two vegetables men. Here in the UK, we say, oh, he's a meat and two veg man, meaning simple and basic. So Taurians have a lot to learn about complex, emotional pain as it happens. And it makes them, it opens them up, opens the heart of Taurus to love. And at the end of the day, love is something we're all here to learn something about. Okay, so Taurus likes expensive presents, and Taurus generally has actually there is an issue with body with Taurus. You either find a Taurus that is super fit, goes to the gym all the time, is sort of running on the spot while they're talking to you, and allows themselves to have 8 cashew nuts for lunch. Or you find a Taurian that can't stop eating, that just loves food so much, the pleasure of food. Oh, it's gorgeous. Yum, 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 yum. And therefore they gain weight. You always get one or the other. There's nothing in between. It's either they give in to their body's desires or they deny them. And when they have put that stubbornness, that fixity to denial, that's when they can achieve it. There we go. I think I've covered everything to do with Taurus there. And I hope that was useful. And I hope if you're listening to this because you want to find out about your Taurus boyfriend, then I hope you found something there which you can use. And it will be, believe you me, the way to a man's heart is his stomach. If he is a Taurian boyfriend, then remember this one, the way to a man's heart is his stomach. The Taurian men, most of all, yeah, they like their food. Right, I'm going to go now. I'm going to stop wittering. By the way, I want to thank everybody who has sent me some lovely words and some lovely wishes to do with my. I recently had I lost one of my precious rescue cats on the road outside my house, and people were so kind. Thank you very much. It meant a lot. It really does. When you're in that state, it means a lot to have kind words because you're just feeling so fragile. So you feel, oh, that's nice. I feel like somebody's wrapped an angel wing around you. So thanks very much. Okay, hopefully I'll see you later in the week, and I hope that was useful. And so, if you did find yourself yesterday eating tons of chocolate and you don't know why, and if you did find yourself drinking too much wine or something, and if you did find yourself spending time in nature going, oh, wow, then you are absolutely in tune with the Taurus new moon, which was yesterday. And then today is the 28th, so it was 27th. Okay. Thank you very much. Lovely to talk to you. Bye.